Well, today I'm going to let you guys see what the outfitter rack is all about. And so stick around. Well, hello again, Internet. Welcome back to the channel. Yeah, we're going to take a look at this e-bike rack and let you know quite a little bit about it. Now, first off, this will hold 200 pounds of bike. So as e-bikes are getting heavier and heavier and heavier, that's not going to be a problem with this one right here because you've got two bikes. You can have up to 100 pounds a piece on those bikes. And what else do we got? Well, it will carry up to a 5-inch fat tire, and it has a ramp. Some of you that have followed me, you know that I've had some health issues and had some weakness issues. And well, this right here is going to help solve that because we have a ramp. There is a way to adjust everything here, and we've put it together and put it on the car. We're going to go ahead and load up. As you can see with a ramp here, does make things very convenient. Another one of the convenience factors is that with this rack, you know, step-throughs are so popular now. Well, with this rack, there's no need for a bar because you're just attaching right here to the seat post. Then your rack just attaches right here with a pin that is attached, so there's no losing it. And then your tire strapped down. And we're ready to ride. So everything is solid on it. We don't have to worry about a crossbar right here. When we get to our destination, when we unload this, we can fold this right up. So let's go see how it does on the road. While we're headed out with this, let me cover a few of the details and specs about this rack. But before we dive into that, I want to make one clarification for anybody who's just tuning in with us. My policy is very simple. I do not do collaborations. I do not submit my videos for approval. When they go public on YouTube, that is the first chance that anybody has to see them. I do not accept any commissions for any sales of this product. What you're seeing is 100% my honest, unfiltered opinion on this rack that was sent to me for review. Now that we have the transparency out of the way, let's talk about this rack. Of course, the top question on everybody's mind. This particular rack that you're looking at right here, right now is listed for $304.99. I can tell you that's an incredible value at this price point. Bike racks, as heavy duty as this is, often go for double that price. If this is not the exact type that you need, take a look at their website because they have plenty of other models available, and from what I'm looking at, you're going to end up with a great deal on a very heavy-duty rack. There's going to be a link in the description to their website, and so check them out. Now let's talk about customer service from my experience with them. The shipping speed was really impressive. This arrived in about 3 days from the time it was shipped, and my contact with outfitter was extremely professional and very quick to respond. When it arrived, I can tell you it was extremely well packed. Seriously, not a single scratch or ding on anything. And let's face it, if you're spending your hard-earned money, last thing you want is for something to come in damaged. Assembly, I'm not going to get into every single bolt that goes into this, but I will give you a few of the highlights of it. I spent maybe 30 to 45 minutes putting this together on my shop floor. First, I put together the main frame. There's instructions that come with this, but honestly, it's all pretty intuitive. I will say this much though. Once I put the main frame together, I put the aluminum rails on, and I just left them on there very loose. Once those were put on there, I went ahead and put on the vertical post. And at that point, it was pretty much together with the rails on there very loosely. Once I put this on the vehicle, I went ahead and tightened down them rails. After we took it out on the first trip, I went back and checked everything again to make sure everything stayed tight, and it was all tight. I didn't use any specialized tools on this. Basically just very basic tools, and like I say, there's instructions that come with it, but it is pretty intuitive how you put this whole thing together. I also left the wheel chocks very loose until we mounted a bike on it, and I can go ahead and set them in. So how about some of the other features here? If you notice, these rails, they're made out of aluminum. And so that's going to help keep the weight down. So what you're ending up with is a very heavy-duty rack that's only 56 pounds. If you're used to carrying bikes with different wheelbases all the time, you really need to take a close look at this. On most of the racks, that's kind of a pain to change it up for a different wheelbase bike. With this one, no problem at all. You just pop the quick release loose here, slide that wheel chock to wherever you need it, and lock it back in place. And within seconds, you're completely set up. And storage. When you're not using this, it folds up. Of course, we all know just about every bike rack will fold up when it's mounted on your car. But this is one of the first ones that I've run across that when you fold it, it stands up nicely in the shop or in the garage somewhere. Very compact, right up against the wall, and it stays stable. Most of the time, they're just kind of leaning there, awkward, and kind of ready to fall over. That's not the case with this one, and this is one of the first ones I've run across like that. For a little extra peace of mind, you can get as an add-on a lighting kit. They have them available for $90, and they're made specifically for the e-bike racks. You just plug it into your vehicle's trailer plug, and now you've got your tail lights on the back of the rack. We all know that e-bikes are getting bigger and bigger, and more, they'll obstruct your tail lights. So, as I said, this can give you some relatively cheap peace of mind for your safety. So the pros and the cons on this. You've got 100 pounds each bike. 2 bikes, you've got a 200-pound limit. That covers just about everything. We don't even have to worry about taking off the batteries on our bikes. My Yamaha keeps it in there. This bike we did on the way back, but you don't have to. A huge plus is their mounting system right here, that you don't have to worry about using a crossbar for your step-through bikes that are just so popular. Of course, the ramp is an absolute plus, especially if you have a back like mine or don't plan on getting a back like mine in the future. That is a huge plus for it. It is solid. I mean, this thing doesn't move. If we hit potholes, it just did not matter with this. The bikes only move that play that they have in that arm right there, and that's it. It folds right up when we're done with it, right close to the car, and like I said, the major plus is it is solid. Of course, it can hold fat tire e-bikes as well. What are some things that I'd like to see some improvements on with this? Well, I would like to see that this bar right here made round so that this part can swing around and out of the way, because as it is right now, you have to kind of lean it over just a little bit to get by there. That would be a big improvement right there. The only other thing that I can say that I would like to see improvement on is the anti-wobble system. This one here bolts on, and it would be, I think, better if they had something that pulled that out from the back so that you could tighten everything up from the back of the hitch, not from where it's hooked in there. Other than that, it's really a solid ride. It's a solid ride for your e-bikes, no matter how heavy they are. This would be perfect for an RV. I mean, absolutely perfect for it. Yeah, I'm not sure what else to tell you about it. I like the fact that it's going to save my back some hassle. So I think that's going to wrap it up right there. Hey, till the next one, Southern Cycling and Beyond, letting you know, stay safe, God bless, and keep the wheels rolling. Once again, we're out.